Sorry, I was on mute. Hello, students, and thank you for joining us. A couple of housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can ask questions at any time using the Q&A button that will go directly to the presenters. Also, you are muted and your microphone is off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. Please sign up for more sessions. This is just one of the many that are available. And a recording will also be available in about a week on the same website that you registered on StriveScan. And now I will turn it over to the presenters. And so I believe Catholic of America is first.
Well, thank you. Let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, well, thank you all for joining today and taking part in the presentation. Again, my name is Kevin from the Catholic University of America. I'm one of the senior admission counselors in the office overseeing all of Virginia. So a little bit about our own history. We were founded in 1887 by Pope Leo. We're the National University of the Catholic Church, and we were founded as the second oldest graduate research center in the United States. We've obviously since transitioned into undergraduate programs, doctoral programs. We have our own law school. But that sense of research really does bleed through. So any major across any program at any level, so starting as early as your freshman year, can participate and conduct their own personal research. We have about 3,300 undergraduate students, about 2,600 graduate and law students. About 80% of our students do self-identify as Catholic. That being said, you do not have to be Catholic to attend the university. We are welcoming of all faiths, backgrounds, race, ethnicities. Currently, we have students from all 50 states in the United States and about 90 different countries spanning the entire world.
Hold up, Kevin. You're not screen sharing.
Should be. Sorry. Okay. Sorry about that.
No worries. Just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, now you're good.
Okay, sorry about that. You guys didn't miss anything. Don't worry. Could you still have heard me throughout it?
Yeah, we heard all.
Okay, cool. Thank you then. So as I said, currently students from all 50 states and about and 90 different countries spanning the globe. So one of the things that makes us unique, being that we are right in Washington, D.C., in what's called the Brookland community in Washington, D.C., in Northeast, is that we're a very residential campus in D.C. We are the largest self-contained campus in Washington, D.C., on 176 acres of land, making us also the greenest campus in the city. Basically, for self-contained, what that means is that we are in a bubble. All of our academic buildings, our dorms, athletic fields, everything is right on campus. Typically, the way that I describe it to students is that we are a metropolitan campus, but only when they want it to be. You really do get the best of both worlds, where you can have that fast-paced city lifestyle every day, every weekend, but you don't have to be surrounded by it 24/7. We are also the only university in the city that actually has their own metro stop right on their campus. At the undergraduate level, we have 9 schools of study made up of 79 undergraduate degree programs, about 60 minor and certificate programs, as well as a few pre-professional programs like pre-med, pre-vet, pre-dental, and pre-law. So definitely a slew of programs where any student can find something within the program or the major that they choose. As a part of your application, you're also automatically going to be considered for our University Honors Program. About 10% of our students get selected. They get a variety of different benefits like honors housing, honors lounge, and honors specific excursions and study abroad trips. And we encourage all students to go abroad. Even our nursing students, our engineering, our architecture students are all eligible to study abroad. We have about 96 different programs spanning all 6 continents. And our most popular program is going to Rome, where we have our own flagship campus taught all by Catholic University professors. And you go as a full Catholic University cohort. So a little bit about our review process. We are obviously looking for your high school transcript, 2 letters of recommendation, the common application essay, and a Catholic University statement, which is just why you're interested in Catholic. We do not have an application fee. And for this year and the next 3 years, we are going to be what is test blind. You may have heard test optional in the past, but we have transitioned from test optional to test blind. So we will not be looking at test scores whatsoever for any student, for both application review process as well as scholarship review and awards. Our first deadlines are early action and early decision, November 1, and regular decision and early decision, January 15th. You are still eligible for all of our scholarships as well as all of our programs for either date. So just to close out, similarly to our honors program, you do not have to submit any separate application whatsoever for our merit scholarships. Last year, they ranged from $17,000 to $30,000 a year. We also do have a few full tuition scholarships that are available for students that are really checking off all the boxes across the board. If you are a part of a Catholic parish, or if your parent, grandparent, or sibling graduated from Catholic, on the Common App, there will be a question for each of those. You just have to fill it out on the Common App, and it is $4,000 and $1,000 respectively. Again, if you're a part of a Catholic parish, or if your parent, grandparent, or sibling graduated from Catholic. And at Catholic, we also offer both federal as well as institutional need-based aid. We ask that all families fill out both the FAFSA as well as the CSS profile to be fully reviewed for their financial aid package. About 95% of our students will be receiving some sort of financial assistance or scholarship, and last year was in the form of about $60 million in grants and scholarships. So just for some next steps, definitely stay connected with me, as I'll be the one reviewing your application and working with all of our Virginia students. My email address is right there, medinak@cua.edu. We are open, so if you would like to come to campus and get a tour of campus, we encourage you to come and register beforehand. We are also offering interviews, and you can find all of our virtual options as well as our virtual tour and our virtual events all online. And finally, follow us on our social media, CUA Admission. So, thank you.
Thank you so much. Up next, we have Capital Technology University.
Awesome. Good evening, everyone. My name is Lisa. I am the Assistant Director of Admissions and also the Virginia representative for Capital Technology University. If you have any questions throughout the presentation, feel free to type them in the Q&A box. So just a little bit about Capital Tech. We're one of the only private universities in the state of Maryland specifically dedicated to engineering, cybersecurity, computer science, and tech management. And basically what this just means is that our main focus at Capital Tech is all of the wonderful STEM programs. So again, just to mention, these are all of our academic programs. I'll go ahead and leave the screen up for a couple of seconds so you can browse our programs. Our most popular majors are computer science and cybersecurity. We do currently have live academic sessions the second to last Saturday of the month. If you're interested in meeting with faculty and learning a little bit more about our programs, feel free to scan the QR code at the top right of the page. Capital Tech is accredited by the Middle State Commissions on Higher Education. In addition to that, we're also accredited by the Accreditation Board for Engineering and Technology. I will go ahead and move forward with the next slide now. So Capital Tech is located in Laurel, Maryland. So if anyone's been to Maryland, it's right in between Washington, D.C. and Baltimore. We are that little pin cushion on the map right there. We're right off 95 in Prince George's County, Maryland. These are some of our most popular internships available for students that attend Capital Tech. What's really cool about us is that students will start taking classes in their major their first semester at Capital. So there's no 2-year wait to begin. You start right away, which is awesome. So you get an early head start, which gives you an opportunity to start having and applying for internships as early as the end of freshman year. We also have career fairs and internship fairs every semester. So if you are interested in kind of networking as early as a freshman, you can do so. And we also have paid internships available, and they do vary by major as well. Our capital commitment to you is that we guarantee that you'll get a job within 90 days of graduation in your field of study at a competitive salary. Again, because you're being exposed to your major early on, you're getting a head start in your classes, you're more likely to have a job or an internship. So yeah, this is our capital commitment to you. If for some reason you're looking for a job and it's just not working out, you can come back to campus and you can take up to 36 credits for free. These are some of our fast facts about the university. So we're a very small school. We have around 450 undergraduate students. Our average class size is 12 students per class. We have a very diverse campus. Over half of our students represent the minority population. 80% of our students receive some form of financial aid, and then Capital Tech was also awarded the best cybersecurity program in the nation by CS Magazine as well. We do have on-campus housing available for students. They are apartment-style residence halls. Any registered student that is full-time is eligible to live on campus. If you have a car, you can bring your car to campus. There is free parking. And if you don't drive, no worries. We also have a college shuttle available that can take you around town or to get groceries or hang out with friends outside of campus. Our tuition is roughly $26,000 a year. On-campus housing is an additional $6,000 to $8,000 a year. The reason for that is because our apartments have single, double, and triple rooms in them. So like depending on if you're living in a room by yourself or if you have another roommate or two other roommates, that can fluctuate the cost of your housing. So in total, we're looking at anywhere between $32,000 to $34,000 a year. Our Capital Tech tuition guarantee basically just states that we guarantee that we will not increase your tuition by more than 1% throughout your 4 years at Capital. On average, colleges and universities will increase their tuition anywhere between 3% to 5%. So we do try to make the cost of attendance as affordable as we can. Moving forward with the next slide, I'll also go ahead and leave this up for a couple of seconds because it is a little overwhelming. But so when students apply to Capital Tech, they're automatically screened for merit scholarships. So that's that first scholarship at the top left. Our most popular scholarships are robotics and cyber. If you have a robotics or cyber team at your school, you get $5,000 a year. And we also have a full tuition and fee scholarship as well. So basically how that works is once you apply to the university, we will notify you if you are eligible for the scholarship. I'll go ahead and leave the screen up for a couple more seconds and then move forward. So our admissions checklist here, we are rolling admissions and we have waived the SAT and ACT for students applying for fall of 2021. So our application is available on the Common App and also on our website. We don't have a preferred method, either or is fine. You will need to submit your transcripts as well and complete your FAFSA, and I've provided the school code there for you as well. In addition to that, make sure that you submit any AP scores, Project Lead the Way credits, or certifications, because once we have those, depending on like the major that you're in, you will be exempt from certain classes. So just make sure you send those in. And then lastly, if you have any other questions, feel free to stay in touch. If you liked what you heard today, feel free to scan the QR code so that we can stay in touch and kind of keep you in the loop with what's going on. If you have any questions, let me know, and thank you so much for your time.
Awesome, thank you as well. And up next, we have Washington and Lee University.
Thank you guys so much for having us today. I'm really grateful for your time. And let me get this popped up. My name is Grace Lawhead, and I'm the Associate Director of Admission here at W&L. And I'm also have the great pleasure of serving all of our students here in Virginia. So again, thank you for making time out of your very busy schedule to be here with us. I recognize that you have a lot of different choices and options, and this all starts to feel really overwhelming when you're starting to listen to all of us. So again, really appreciate your time and your energy. But here at W&L, we're located in Lexington, Virginia. So for many of you, we're right here in the heart of Virginia, making it easy to get to and also close to home, but in an area that feels like you're going away from home. Lexington is a city, so it's certainly not the budding metropolis of a Richmond or a Roanoke or up in the DC area, but we have everything that you could need as a college student located within walking distance of our campus. And so we're really grateful to be, to have the access to those amenities, but also we're very fortunate to be in the Shenandoah Valley. So we are right where the Allegheny and the Blue Ridge Mountains meet, where the James River and the Maury River meet. You go 5 minutes in one direction and you're in downtown Lexington, you go 10 minutes in the other and you are out in nature, able to decompress and take a break from your day. And we are a smaller institution, but I have to say that we're mighty in terms of what we're able to provide. I know this particular screen has a lot going on it, but we are the 9th oldest institution in the nation. We're very proud that we've been delivering education for an incredibly long time, and even more proud of the ways that we have evolved and grown over that time period and the way that we're able to serve students. You can see that we have a little over 1,800 students on our campus, spanning 49 different states and many, many countries. So you're not only getting a chance to explore Virginia with your fellow Virginians, you're getting a taste of students from all over the country and all over the world. And we have over 73 different majors and minors to choose from, spanning everything from English to engineering and everything in between. And we are a liberal arts and sciences institution, meaning that not only will you major in something that you get to do a really deep dive into, we're also going to ask you to take curriculum across disciplines to help really foster lifelong learning and being able to think outside of the box and through a variety of different challenges and scenarios as well. We're really proud of this, and also really proud of the fact that we're able to deliver a really intimate classroom environment. So you can see some of the stats. We have an 8-to-1 student faculty ratio, which translates into an average class size of 15. And 100% of those courses are taught by faculty members. So you're always being taught by the expert in the field. And so if you really enjoy being able to have personalized conversations in the classroom and being able to really connect with your faculty members, we're a place that you absolutely can do that. We're also intentionally residential. You live on campus for a minimum of 3 years, and in your senior year, you can live off campus. And we do that very intentionally because we want to make sure that your education spans beyond the 4 walls of your classroom. Some of the best lessons that you're going to receive are going to be in the residence halls, having conversations with your friends, sitting in the cafe, bumping into a professor, really being able to connect with our community. And so we really like the fact that our students are able to take advantage of everything that we have to offer. We have over 170 different clubs and activities that you can choose from. I would qualify our students as being uber involved. They seem to have their hands in a lot of different things all at once and finding time to balance all of that. And if you are a student athlete, we are proudly a part of the Old Dominion Athletic Conference, which is a Division III conference here in the Commonwealth. And you can see we have 24 different athletic organizations that you can participate in, also including other intramurals and club activities too. A couple of dates and deadlines for y'all to keep in mind. And this is all located on our website. So if you don't take this away with you tonight, that's perfectly fine. But we are a common application school and a QuestBridge partner. And you can apply either early decision or regular decision. We have 2 early decision deadlines, not to be tricky, but just to provide you with a couple of different access points to early decision for us. And early decision at WNL is binding, meaning that if you apply and are admitted, you will withdraw all other applications from other institutions. If there is one date that you take away from my conversation with you tonight, it's the Johnson Scholarship deadline of December 1st. We have one avenue to merit-based aid here at WNL, and that is the Johnson Scholarship of Leadership and Integrity. It only asks for an additional essay in addition to your application. Your application for admission will serve as your application for merit-based aid. But everything needs to be in by December 1st. So just keep that in mind as you're thinking about how you're going to engage with your application and apply. We also are incredibly proud to share that we meet 100% of demonstrated need without the use of loans. So very simply what that means is that if your family needs $500, we're going to give you $500. If your family needs $75,000, we're going to give you $75,000 to make this work. And you can see on this slide, there's several different tools and opportunities that we have to engage with us in our financial aid office. If finances are a concern for you and your family, we want to ensure that we're answering your questions and showing how we can be an affordable option for you all. And just some contact information for me. Again, I have the great pleasure of serving all of our students from the Commonwealth. And so if I can be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please do feel free to reach out. And thank you again for your time and your energy. We're looking forward to working with you this year.
Thank you so much, Grace. And up next, we have Marist College.
Awesome, thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Jesse Mudgeon. I am one of the admission counselors at Marist College. I am also an alum of the college. I graduated in 2011 with my degree in criminal justice and a minor in psychology. I have been working for the college since 2012, and I got to work in a number of capacities, and really I wanted to work to help students have the same type of experience I had at college. where I love Marist and attending. So Marist is a private liberal arts college. We're located in Poughkeepsie, New York. It's about an hour and a half north of New York City and an hour and a half south of Albany. So we're nestled right in between those two. Albany is the state capital of New York. We're nestled in between those two larger cities. And it offers a lot of opportunities for our students. But we are located right on the Hudson River. Our students have a lot of access and beautiful scenic views. Just to highlight some information, we are a mid-sized institution, just over 5,000 undergraduate students who are studying over 40 different majors. We have a lot of flexibility for our students. So if you would like to major and minor, double major, have 3 minors, there's a lot of flexibility for students to do that. In addition to that, we offer students, depending on the majors, opportunities to have a bachelor's and a master's in an accelerated program and complete both of those within 5 years. So there's a lot of options for students. We have students coming from 47 different states, 64 different countries. Class sizes are typically pretty small. On average is 18 to 26 students per class. There are no lecture halls. There are no graduate assistants and teaching assistants. It's a lot of one-on-one time with our faculty who want to help and support students on their academic journey. A majority, well, 96% of our first year students live on campus. A majority of our students live on campus for all 4 years. And we have great options for students to do so. And then in terms of success, 98% of our students are employed or attending graduate school 6 months after graduation, and we are graduating our students at a high rate as well. These are all the different academic programs that we have available for our students. When you apply to Marist, you actually apply to the school as a whole. You have access to all the different programs. There's only 2 programs that you need to complete portfolios to get into to start taking classes, and that is our fashion design program and our Bachelor of Science in Studio Art program. Everything else, students have the flexibility to take classes wherever they are interested. In terms of the academic experience, it's a lot of hands-on experimental learning. We want our students to have internship level facilities on our campus and experiences on our campus before they go out into the world. We also offer a lot of internship opportunities outside of our campus as well. A lot of our students take advantage of our proximity to New York City and go down there and do internships. But we also send students to do internships really all around the globe. We have internship coordinators per major who works with students. And then we have a career services office who does mock interviews, resume building, different types of workshops, have job fairs, career fairs on our campus that really help our students as well. We additionally offer a lot of research opportunities for students, and you can start doing research as early as your first year with us. Student faculty research is prevalent through all academic schools, so it's really based on the interest of the student. We will support you. And then we also have the opportunity for students to study abroad. There's over 70 destinations already designed. There's also there's 2-week, 4-week, 6-week programs for shorter terms. And then if you would like to go the traditional semester route, we also have that available for students. And we also have first year or full year programs as well at our campus in Florence, Italy, as well as in Dublin, Ireland. Now, our students are active and involved on our campus. There's over 80 different clubs and organizations that students are involved in. The campus itself puts on a bunch of different events, concerts, bingo nights. There's typically on a traditional year, there's $25 tickets to Broadway shows and ski trips, things like that. So it's not a place where students leave typically on the weekends. There's a lot going on, and we are a Division I school. In terms of deadlines, they are as follows: November 15th, February 1st, and March 1st. We run 2 early decision processes. They are the binding agreement. And then the other 2 processes have to the normal May 1 deadline to decide. We additionally, in terms of admission profile, that is what we are looking for. We have,
Please don't, no.
we are test optional. We have been for over 10 years. So it's truly up to the students if you would like to submit test scores or not. If you don't, you can still get accepted and receive scholarship. Typically, 90% of our students receive some sort of institutional aid. The first is merit-based scholarships, anywhere from $5,000 to $25,000, renewable every year. So great options there. And then as long as you fill out the FAFSA, we can provide additional aid. We are currently open for visits. Please go online to register. You have to fill out health forms and surveys. And this is my information. If anyone has questions, please reach out. Thank you.
Cool, thank you as well. And last but not least, we have University of Florida.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, and welcome future Gators. I am Jessica Roth. I am Assistant Director for Scholarships and Regional Recruitment. We typically would have our DMV area representative, Dennis Barnes, presenting, but I had to step in. So for the University of Florida, we are very proud of the fact that we are rising in the national rankings. We are number 6 of all public universities ranked by US News and World Report. So what that really means, though, is the value of the education that you will be getting at the University of Florida goes further, opens more doors, and you're going to get a world-class education at an affordable price. So we are a big school. UF does provide home to around 55,000 students. Big school equals big opportunities, though. And to scale that down for you, around 38,000 of those students are our undergraduate class, around 17,000 then being graduate or professional students. And then our freshman class, to scale that even better for you, is around 6,700 students each year. Now, at UF, we offer academic flexibility and excellence. We offer over 120 undergraduate majors, more than 200 graduate majors, and 5 professional schools that are all centered on our campus. So if you want to keep going to med school, law school, pharmacy, dentistry, veterinary, we've got that there for you, as well as any of those letters you might want to earn after your name, PT, OT, MBA, PhD. We have so many different opportunities for your educational destination. But for our freshman admissions, you do not have to choose. We know that there's time for you to explore things that maybe you haven't heard of yet, or things you might not necessarily know. We will be reviewing our freshman applications major blind. You're not being direct admitted to the college that houses a major or the major itself. That provides flexibility, one of the benefits of our educational destination. Also, that research component is there. You may have heard of a little drink called Gatorade that was developed on our campus. Research has been going strong for a long time. Our world-class faculty is dedicated to levels of research, and it's not all just STEM. Some of it, some project implicit work is going on with our psychology department, inline ticketing system with our computer sciences. We have a new partnership with some AI opportunities, so those are going to be really outstanding. When you are coming on campus, though, you are also getting that great value. So Kiplinger ranks UF as a number 2 best value, and around 85% of our students receive some sort of financial aid, with a majority of those, more than half of our undergrads, graduating debt-free, meaning that that financial aid doesn't come in the form of loans. A couple of other numbers, and I'll kind of keep moving. Our students are successful. We have a 97% freshman retention rate. That means you start off on a great foot, you find your home, you love being a Gator, you're supported inside and outside the classroom. And then bookended, we have a 90% 6-year graduation rate, higher than those national averages that you see, but we're very proud of that because it speaks to that level of support that you receive with us. Now, for my out-of-state Gators, we do like to let you know that we make our home in Gainesville, Florida, which is north central Florida. But there's a lot to do. We're about an hour and a half from any of the lovely beaches in Florida, but you're not going to be distracted walking to class. You're close enough, though, to get your toes in the sand by the afternoon. Now, with that small town feel, quintessential small college town surrounding the campus, you have that support from the local community. But then leaving just a bit outside of town, you have great outdoor activities like the kayaking, hiking, swimming, tubing, sailing. And then you are about an hour and a half south of Jacksonville. about 2 hours north of Orlando or Disney. So you have some of those big cities also to engage with. Now, our vibrant and active student life on campus is still going strong. We have over 1,000 clubs and organizations centered around a variety of activities. So you can really find your community on campus, whether it's a living, learning community with university housing. Housing for freshmen is not required, although highly, highly recommended, and kind of your one time in your life to be a college student living on a campus. But we also have everything from Gator ice hockey, humans versus zombies. We have a roller coaster design club, an antisocial social club, introverts club, our award-winning rock, paper, scissors team. There's Argentine tango, Irish dance, our Quidditch team. So again, there's a lot of different options to choose, and you can even start your own club. But those are just some of the ways to find your community on campus and feel supported, part of why that freshman class returns each year. So we like to touch on there. And now I'm going to move into kind of the nuts and bolts. So you've decided you want to be a Gator. That's wonderful. Our application deadline is approaching. It is not early action. It's not early decision. It's not binding. It's simply early in the year. These are the main deadlines for our applications. Band-Aid ripping off. There are currently no updates to our application process or requirements, including going test optional. The Board of Governors for the State University System of Florida sets those requirements, and so individual institutions like UF can't make that choice. So at this point, there's no changes. We will continue to monitor. If anything changes, we will update our website. We will send out communications to everyone possible. So that application is available on the Common App or the Coalition app. You have until December 1st then to link your student self-reported academic record with your academic information. And you have until December 15th to request official test scores directly from the testing agency. Those then will be reviewed for our final decision on Friday, February 26, 2021. Go Gators.
Thank you so much, and give me a moment here. Thank you so much, students, and also facilitators for joining. After you close the window, there will be a quick 4-question survey, and we love any feedback that you may have. Also, as I said earlier, please sign up for more sessions. You can do that at the same website that you registered, so that's StriveScan. Also, the recording of this session will be available in about a week at StriveScan. So thank you so much for your time, and we hope you have a great night.